All right. If she did do that,
Which part, fucking or the
Let a nigga
texting?
beat while she was pregnant?
if she did do that,
That nigga course.
would she be wrong?
I'm gonna say no.
What? No.
No.
Oh,
Shut up, Corey.
So what's your thoughts about what she had to say and on that whole that new stance that women are kind of taking on having sexual relations with men who are more than likely not the father of their to be born child
While they're pregnant.
While they're pregnant.
Yeah, that's crazy. Remember though, our first guest on the podcast, we asked her about that, and she said the exact same thing. Tiffany, did you hear about Offset and Cardi B today? She slept with somebody while she was pregnant. What do you think about that? How does that make you feel off the ripper?
I mean, she had needs.
Well, she said a woman has needs.
Yeah, so she was kind of speaking for Cardi B, I guess.
Yeah, she was speaking. So Melissa Ford, they asked her, and I guess she's speaking for Cardi B too. But that sounds like they're speaking for themselves now.
More or less, unless they're trying to pick up the mantle and bat for the women at that time and at that present time.
Let me ask you. So when a woman does something like that,
Yeah.
what do they think? I mean, is this supposed to work? I mean, what is it supposed to do? Get the guy back? Make the guy leave you alone? I mean, what is the purpose?
The purpose for them sleeping with someone else while pregnant.
Yeah, what is the?
I don't know.
What good? What good? You teaching the man a lesson?
If you're with a man at that time, whatever the case is, and he's been doing you wrong, getting him back while pregnant is not the route that I would. It's not a plausible route in my mind. I'm not a woman, but in my mind, it's like you got X amount of time left in your pregnancy. Why not just step out on him after? And what I mean by step out is not cheat back. Why don't you just leave him, be an adult, and just say, hey, whatever it is that we got going ain't working. All this tit for tat is it's pointless.
You know what's crazy? They ain't even tit for tat. I mean, it is tit for tat. They would want you to believe that, but if you have sex with a dude who's not the father of your child while you're pregnant, you're hurting the baby.
Essentially.
And actually, anything that a woman does or father does to disrespect the other parent and there's a child involved,
ain't good.
You're hurting the child. Women particularly take the lead, and they usually end up with the children, and so they take the lead with withholding information, visits, time, more importantly, and
as a thing I said for the longest time, and it's been since the beginning of time, and when humans or female specimens, she always knows that baby is hers, no matter what. And this is since we can go back to Adam and Eve, right? Of course, I mean, if Adam was the only man on earth at that time, which that's a whole another topic. But other than that, as a society, for hundreds of thousands of years, women will always know that's my child. As God forbid, man, what were men doing before? How duped were men before DNA tests came out? And you ain't have no way of proving whose kid that is. I wonder how many cases there were with that.
Well, the old saying is, "Mama's baby, daddy's maybe."
Daddy's baby.
So we, the title of this show is the new trend that women are using to disrespect the dads, but that's not new. They just,
No,
No,
keep saying what you're saying.
Yeah, I'm sure that it's not new. Like you said, just technology and the brashness of the women. They'll holler it out now, as opposed to
Super Bowl.
as opposed to keeping it a secret. And they would say something like that in the name of being a lady.
Yeah. And you know what's so
Well,
funny? You remember, you ever heard all the milkman jokes growing up?
yeah, the milkman. Yeah,
That ain't no,
it's
there's
not a
truth
joke.
to that. It
It's
ain't
not a
no
joke.
joke.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a lot of shit that was going on for a long time. And the only difference now is now they're emboldened, empowered to say and stand on that. And there's no new thing under the sun.
You know
So
what?
this been going on.
And and it's because because I go to court often because of my baby mamas. Is the dynamics of it is this: they believe her first
Yeah.
and foremost. It's up to you not to even prove her wrong because they believe her. It's up to you to defend yourself. So I'm sure women get away with a lot of things on the premise that they're right. So if a man asks a woman, if a woman says this is your baby, 9 times out of 10, a man's going to believe her until something happens to prove otherwise.
Speaking on that, guys, I got two I got two dudes that stands out to me like a sore thumb. And one of them, and it's crazy that older men that have already been experienced, and like even us, if we were around a young man who was gonna have a kid and was having a problem, we would be able to drop gems on him. And
Right.
dudes doing that to me. And I remember one guy telling me, long story short, he was helping that mother out for a long time, giving her X amount of dollars, and then she went down. And this back in he in his 60s. This got to be back in the 70s or 80s or whatever. And she took him to court, and he got railroaded. And he was like, literally, we were at lunch on a construction site, right, years ago.
Yeah.
And we was talking about food or something, and I said, "Oh, why don't you go get some noodles?" Because there was no food in the area. I'm like, "There's 7-Eleven, why don't you get some noodles?" And he's like, about to throw up. He's like, "Man, I can't even look at a pack of noodles." I'm like, what are you talking about? He's like, "Man, for 2 years, I was eating ramen noodles to survive. For 2 years because his baby mama played him in the court." And he said, he looked at her in the court and said, "I can't believe you're doing this to me. I've been giving you X amount of dollars for this much time, and you're going to tell them I haven't paid you, and I got no money I don't know how he made it through. I don't know what that did to his health, but he eat ramen noodles for 2 years. To the point now he can't eat noodles.
Yeah.
Can't eat them. Can't look at them.
Yeah. He done had his fair share of noodles, and now, that's the story. And for some reason, people believe that women are honest, and time has shown over and over again they're not. That's why when people complain about various instances of sexual assault or whatever, the reason it takes so long is because the history of women and their lives and how much they impact the structure of life is why those comments are challenged initially.
That woman shit you're talking about with the sexual assaults. It's gotten so bad. I got a buddy of mine, you know him. I ain't gonna say no names.
Yeah.
You got a whole log files on women. And he tries to keep a logging of them basically acknowledging that it was consensual. Just because he's scared of if he gets down the line anything, even not even just being successful or having a whole bunch of money, but just maybe one of them getting mad or bitter that it's not evolving into the relationship they thought it would be. And now let me get back at him and do this. So he got a log. That's how crazy that's how bad it is for men out here. And as soon as one comes forward, they all start to diss, man. Oh, I was in a room with that guy at one time. Let me go ahead and you got no way of proving your innocence, really.
And then the truth gets lost. So if one of them women are telling the truth, it's gonna get lost in 1,000 lies. And I'm telling you, them 1,000 lies is coming because women stand on that these days, man. They stand on their lies. And if they don't lie, they say the most rash, blunt, unladylike things. Like, yeah, I slept with him while I was set amount of months pregnant. That's what he get. No, that's not what he get. You're gonna get it. The baby's gonna get it.
Yeah, and it's not to bash women, right, all the way, because there's some good women out here. But
we're not even talking about the women, man, and the
so
ladies. We
yeah,
talking
so
about those who act like they are.
and words that we don't want to say.
Yeah,
Words we don't
those,
want to really say. Dumb.
the ones we don't love.
Because too, we're human beings, and men are we got faults. Some men got faults. Some of us are have issues as well. But we focusing on the women of that particular cloth when we discuss this, just so that it's clear, be clear to air. You know, a lot of people don't know how to they don't know how to sift through things anymore.
It's funny that you said that we as men and men in general have faults. True. But what is flying under the radar is that women have just as many, if not more, faults. They don't accept or acknowledge any of them. We always talk about the faults of men, the faults of men, the faults of men. You know what I'm saying? And if you say something about a woman, oh, you're bashing women. Ain't nobody bashing women. We bashing the ones we don't love. You know what we talking about.
Yeah, I'm just keeping it. Bro, we know in today's society, you really gotta be very particular, because somebody will listen and be like, oh, look at this. Look at these two women. And it's like, nah, bro, that's not the case at all.
Yeah. I'm not concerned. I'm not concerned.
Above and beyond in our situation.
Yeah, and I'm not concerned what society thinks about me, because before I did or said anything, they already had me, pinned as a certain type of dude. So I don't care what anybody has to say about me and my voice. Because if I voice my voice, if I say something about other people or they say something about me, it can fly. Nobody cares. You see what I'm saying? So if a person is perceiving, what we're doing as something other than what it is, when we clearly said we're not bashing women, they're going to do it anyway. But I don't care about them. I have no respect for the people who do what they want to do and point fingers at others.
But that's a one time. Every time we get on these airways and get to talking, I gotta put the one dummy proof buoy out there for somebody to get in that ocean of foolishness. Like, hey, all right, he did say that. You know what I mean? Just so that they can go on and understand.
Yeah, Trump said that all those people were good people except the racists and the supremacists. But they still only played a part where he said those are all good people. Adam Iverson, he said, practice? You talking to me about practice? But if you watch that video 10 seconds longer, he says, my best friend just died. And you talking to me about practice? So they going to say what they want to say anyway. You can say I'm not bashing women 1,000 times, but if you say a woman shouldn't sleep with another man that ain't her father baby while she pregnant, they're going to say you're bashing women.
You know what the problem is with that too? Is I don't understand why it's like people can't have an opinion on something.
Men can't have an opinion.
Men can't have an opinion if it's not agreeable amongst everybody. And it's like, why is
amongst
it like that?
Amongst the feminine. If you have an opinion, a man's opinion that which everybody might not even know, agree with, or understand, but you as a man are presenting this plan.
Yeah.
If it's just you dominant with it, it's not gonna fly. You're gonna have to show and prove.
Why do we have to have like secret meetings in shadows? I know people be talking, and then we start realizing we get into a conversation. Let's look around and make sure. Why are we doing that? Women will be out here and saying whatever the hell they please to say, and
wherever they want to say,
or care, wherever, whenever, and there's no repercussions to it. But let us say any bit of something, if we gotta face the problem, we gotta face the backlash.
Right, and we the men, they should be the ones in fear of saying something. They should ones that should be speaking in private, not us. And I ain't. I'm not. I'm done with that. I actually tried listening and being and consider them as equals. Get running the ground. Get running the ground if you go against God's plan. Go against God's plan if you want, and see how it works out for you. That goes for men and women.
I would advise men to never, ever. You can want to be on the equal playing field. Whatever you want to do, that's you. Do not ever be the subservient guy taking orders. It's not a good look, and you're gonna play a losing game. That woman is gonna beat you up mentally and verbally,
Yes.
and you are gonna
Yes.
question everything.
Put a
Everything.
woman, make a. If you make a woman your equal, she gonna show you what a real man is.
You know what's so crazy? Then they will come in. Then they will come in and tell you about a real man. I don't follow you. I don't let you lead because you ain't a real man. You ain't a leader. That's what they do.
If you let a broad be equal to you, she gonna show you what a real man is.
They are
exactly.
looking. I don't care what
she
they
gonna
say.
take charge.
I don't care what they're saying.
Yep.
The right man come along, whatever that is in their eyes, they're gonna bow down and be told what to do. And they like, you ain't never heard women say, "Ooh, I like the way he just told me that."
Give it a try, gentlemen. Stand on man business and see if they don't take their natural position.
Yo, right? And let's throw this out there for the men. Because when you give people advice, that don't mean it's always gonna work. Brother, you might be out there trying to pull that on a woman, and she might not go for it. And guess what? That's not the woman for you.
That's not
Just
your
because
woman.
you stand on business don't mean she's gonna fold. She might be waiting for the man that she's talking about to fold. But don't let that discourage you. You got to stand on business, and eventually you will find somebody who is going to be in that role. And you know what? Even better than that, you might find a woman you don't even have to do that to, because she is already prepared, and you don't have to be in a power struggle with a woman.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't got to be in a power struggle, man. That's the best. That's
absolutely.
the peace.
Let go. Let God stand on business. Be a man and let the chips fall where they may. Because you're standing on man business.
Yeah, being a man don't mean you yelling and screaming and bossing people around. It just means you should be making logical, sound decisions. That's all that means in leading. And if she can't be led by you, she ain't the one for you. She'll be led by the right one. Trust me, whatever she's into. She into football players. Let a football player come around. She's gonna be, yes, yeah, okay. I'm gonna have your breakfast, laundry, everything laid out for you. Whatever it is that whatever dynamic it is, she will be doing that. Whatever it is.
And that ain't got nothing to do with bread either. That got everything to do with respect.
That's a respect factor. If she don't want to listen to you, she don't respect you, man.